Sometimes history doesn't just repeat itself, it echoes. And I swear, if you've been following the journeys of elite quarterbacks, you probably felt that same eerie deja vu I did. Two absolute juggernauts, Buffalo and Kansas City, locked in this never-ending chess match, always chasing supremacy in the most brutal conference in the NFL. But this time, this story isn't playing out under stadium lights. This one's unfolding in the shadows, quietly, where dreams are fragile and the future can turn on a single rep. And while everyone else is distracted by headlines and hot takes, I've been watching something quietly unfold, something involving both the Chiefs and the Bills once again. Remember how it started? Kansas City made that bold move, traded up to snatch Patrick Mahomes, a gamble that ended up flipping the script for the entire franchise. And Buffalo? At the time, they had no idea what that would mean when they later grabbed Josh Allen. And ever since then, those two have reshaped the entire AFC, not just as rivals, but as forces of nature destined to clash. So, please take 2 seconds to hit the subscribe button, like the video, and leave your thoughts in the comments. Thank you for your support. But now, here comes a new name, Paxton Delarin. And look, I know what you're thinking. He wasn't even on the radar during draft weekend. Dude was ranked 25th out of 28 undrafted quarterbacks. Not exactly headline material, right? But here's the twist. Both Kansas City and Buffalo sent him an invite. They see something worth digging into. Delaron's a physical beast, 6 feet 5 inches, 229 pounds his 2024 season. A mixed bag. Threw over 4,650 yards. And yeah, those touchdowns caught people's attention. But 15 interceptions and a completion rate below 60%? That's the other side of the coin. Still, the raw talent's there. And it's not just his arm, his legs might be the hidden gem. 457 rushing yards, 10 rushing touchdowns. He's a legit dual threat. You know what that sounds like? Josh Allen. That aggressive, bruising style that's defined the Bills' offense. Maybe Buffalo's looking at Delarin and thinking, can we shape this kid into a backup Allen, maybe even something more? Or maybe, just maybe, Kansas City's cooking something in secret. A long-term project, a contingency plan, a hidden weapon. And speaking of Kansas City, let me tell you what I just found out. What I've been piecing together behind the scenes. It's gonna rattle some cages. Sit back, lock in, and if you're riding with the Chiefs, hit that like button right now. Drop a W in the comments if you're still with us. And if you're not, drop an L. And let's see who stands tall when the smoke clears. Because let's be real. You ever watch a lion bleed? Ever see a champion stumble and then get laughed at by people who couldn't even dream of standing in their place? That's the Kansas City Chiefs right now. People already forgot how dangerous they are. They're talking trash, whispering about the Super Bowl loss like one off night erased a dynasty. Well, guess what? That loss? It didn't break them. It ignited them. Something primal. Something no ESPN ranking or analyst soundbite can snuff out. That pain they felt? It's still burning in Arrowhead. And trust me, you don't sleep that off. You let it simmer. You let it become obsession. And that's what's boiling over in Missouri right now. Let's talk about that regular season. 15-2. People talking like it was a fluke. Like it was just a lucky number. Nah, that was domination. That was a team laser-focused on history. They weren't just going for a repeat. They were hunting something legendary, 3 straight rings. And yeah, the Eagles knocked them down. But when you've tasted that kind of glory, losses hit different. And you better believe Patrick Mahomes isn't sitting on that L quietly. He's training like a man possessed. You better believe Travis Kelce still feels that confetti like it's acid. They're not hiding. They're not folding. They're reloading. And the disrespect? Don't even get me started. Nate Davis from USA Today had the Chiefs ranked 4th in his post-draft power rankings. 4th. That's like telling Tom Brady he's not even top 3 after 6 rings. It's insulting. Andy Reid, Mahomes, a front office that basically wrote the book on modern roster building, you're telling me they're just average now? Nah. This team is rising again. But not like a fresh start. No, this is vengeance. This is the kind of climb that makes the ground shake. They're not sipping champagne from old trophies, they're starving. And they went to work this offseason. Josh Simmons, first-round offensive tackle, locked in. Mahomes finally has someone to seal that blind side. That alone changes everything. And if you give Mahomes time, that's a cheat code. And let's not forget Rashee Rice. I know the suspension cloud is hanging over him. But when he's on that field, he's a difference maker. His route running, that chemistry with Mahomes, it's not hype. It's real. He forces defenses to stretch out, and when that happens, Kelce eats. The run game breathes, and Mahomes gets surgical. This isn't just a good offense. This is a weaponized system with a quarterback who turns average players into monsters. And when you put real dogs around him, good luck. Now, I hear it too. The AFC is loaded. Everybody's saying it. And they're right. It's a gauntlet. But that's the world the Chiefs have ruled for nearly a decade. 9 straight division titles. 5 Super Bowl appearances in 6 years. That's not noise. That's empire status. And trust me, Kansas City knows the crown's heavy. They're not chasing anymore. They're protecting the throne. That pressure? It's internal now. It's about holding the standard they built from the inside out. That locker room is full of killers. They feel it when they fall short. And this offseason, that pain's been fuel. So, when I say they're coming back, I'm not just throwing hype. I'm speaking fact. Every analyst who bumped them down, every fan who counted them out, they just lit a fuse. Because this version of the Chiefs, this version is dangerous. A Mahomes with something to prove, a Kelce with unfinished business, an Arrowhead crowd roaring like thunder on a bitter January night. That's not a team you want to mess with. Sure, the division got better, but better doesn't mean equal. The Broncos, Chargers, Raiders, they're still chasing shadows. The Chiefs, they're building legacies, and let me remind you why they're still the top dogs. It all starts with Patrick Mahomes. That man doesn't just play quarterback, he redefines the position every single time he takes the field. No-look passes, sidearm lasers, fourth-quarter comebacks. And now, with that Super Bowl sting still fresh, he's about to hit another gear. Last time people doubted Mahomes, what happened? Rings, records, silence. So to everyone counting the Chiefs out, keep that same energy. Because when the fire catches, you're going to hear crickets from the haters. And look, that Super Bowl loss? It didn't break this team, it evolved them. They grew claws. They're still that apex predator. And now they're hungry again. So let's get into it. How the Chiefs are about to claw their way back to the top, and why counting them out was the biggest mistake anyone could make. 5 Super Bowl trips in 6 seasons. You don't do that by accident. You do that by being the best. The rest of the division can talk. They can flash. But until they take the crown, they're just background noise. The Chiefs are still the standard. And if you forgot what that looks like, don't worry. This season's about to be your reminder. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next one.